We are going to head to the KRDO News radio line now. We want to welcome in... Here we go. I got her on the phone now. We want to welcome in Miss Nicole Martinez, the president of the Colorado Association of Professional Sureties on this Friday. Nicole, thanks so much for rescheduling with us and stopping by at the end of our work week. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we have a great topic. I've talked about scams with some of our other guests throughout my months here with the station, but we want to talk about family emergency jail scams specifically this morning. So let's get started and kind of tell me an overview of these and how these work to get us started, Nicole.
So essentially, what we're seeing is families getting approached either by phone, in person, and being pressured into bailing out their loved one that's in custody. They're using real information. They're locating this information online, and they're, scamming families out of cash, having them send it in crypto. There's all kinds of different levels of the scam going around, but essentially they're targeting these people because they're vulnerable and they're desperate, and they're looking for any way, to get their family members out as fast as they can.
Right. And AI voice cloning, it's making them more convincing. This is kind of a newer problem that we're facing right now.
It is. They're getting your family members' voices off of voicemails. They're making these messages where they're calling family members, and it sounds like it's really your grandson or your mom, and they're like, "Hey, I'm in jail. I need you to come get me." And then boom, the person gets on the phone pressuring you to immediately send money. A big one that we're seeing, especially in the Denver metro area, is they're calling family members saying, "Hey, your family member's in jail. They're eligible to get out right now. All you have to do is pay for this ankle monitor. We just need $500 cash sent to us right now. You can Cash App it," and they give them all these creative ways to send the money, and families are getting scammed out of thousands of dollars across, Denver.
Yeah, so unfortunate. And before we get into the warning signs, really it's unfortunate because there are real cases where scammers have impersonated bail agents in person.
Absolutely. We had someone impersonate an agent that worked for our office. They talked the client into meeting them in our parking lot. They provided them a receipt with a variation of our address and our phone number, and they scammed them out of $7,500 right here in our parking lot in front of our building.
Right. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. So let's get into some of the warning signs, that families should watch for with these immediately. Nicole, go ahead and details those for me, I should say.
I mean, some of the warning signs are going to be that these people solicit you. In Colorado especially, we don't have that, issue where bail agents are going to call you and say, "Hey, we want to help you." Typically, this is a service that you would reach out for. So that's a big one, is we're not really calling you and asking you to post these bonds.
Right.
They pressure you to do it right then. They don't let you off the phone. It's something that has to be done right then. They just keep continuing to pressure you with urgency. You always want to ask for, a license number, which is being able to be verified online. If you feel like anything seems off, you can always request to meet the bail agent at the jail. Every single jail in the state of Colorado allows the bail agent to meet the person signing for the bond at the jail. Most of the jails will allow you to do the paperwork and exchange the money and everything right there in person at the jail. So it's not a service that has to be performed online,
right,
or over the phone. So those are some of the warning signs to look for.
Sure. And I wanted to get into, you kind of led us into it perfectly. Some simple steps listeners can take. You obviously mentioned a few. You can verify. You can always request to meet these people in person. Is there any other simple steps our listeners should know on how they can verify an arrest and avoid, losing money from this?
I mean, absolutely. They can always go to our website. It's cobail.org. We have a list of all the reputable companies that you can reach out to. It also has our direct contact information. If you're approached by somebody, we can always verify the information for you and then get you in contact with the proper law enforcement agencies if it is something that, you know, you're being approached in a scam.
Yeah, Nicole Martinez, the president of the Colorado Association of Professional Sureties. I know that's a lot. We call it CAPS for short. Thanks so much for stopping by. Before we go, is there any last things I should say you wanted our listeners to know this morning?
We just want you guys to be careful. It's something that even the jails are putting on their websites, that these scams are happening. It's not just in Colorado, it's across the nation. So in the event that, you know, this issue comes up for you and your family members, just be careful, verify your information, try to pay with your debit or credit card in a way that you can, you know, dispute that information, and just be as cautious as you can, because the scams are happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicole, you've had so much experience around these situations, so we appreciate you taking the time this morning to really inform our listeners about some of these unfortunate ways people are taking advantage of people. We appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Nicole Martinez with CAPS, the Colorado Association of Professional Sureties. She is the president of this organization, talking about some jail scams, unfortunately, plaguing the Denver metro area and areas near us. A very important topic. We'll take a quick break here on KRDO's Morning News.